consider the following sentence. 1 equals 0. And now consider this other sentence. The topmost sentence on this board is not true. Well, okay, so there's nothing problematic, it seems, with this sentence, right? It's just true. The topmost sentence on this board is not true. So what else? Nothing mysterious, nothing ungrammatical, nothing hidden, no hidden facts, right? Now what happens if I make this, right? Well, it turns out that the topmost sentence on this board is not true, right? Refers now to itself, right? So if this sentence is true, then what it says should hold, and so the sentence is not true. But if the sentence is not true, then what it says holds, so the sentence is true, right? So we get a contradiction. So the sentence is true just in case it is not true. Okay, so this is the famous liar paradox, right? The sentence that says that it's lying. Now, let's take it from a more formal perspective, right? So let's see what ingredients do we need to form the paradox. And some of the key ingredients are, the first place, self-reference. So in order to express the liar sentence, well, of course, we need a truth predicate, right? We need to have a predicate that is true of some items, most likely sentences, right? And we need what it is sometimes called diagonal formation. We need self-reference. So we need names for the sentences of the language, and we need to be able to say that some sentences have this property, some sentences have this other property. Okay, another principle that is at work in a formal version of the liar paradox is what it is called transparency, right? So this is supposed to be a feature of the truth predicate, right? And the general idea, the general philosophical idea, is that saying a sentence or saying that A is true is, roughly speaking, saying the same thing, right? So that you can substitute any sentence by the sentence saying that that sentence is true, right? So that's transparency. The truth predicate is supposed to be transparent in that way. And transparency amounts minimally to the following two inferences, right? Which can be called capture and release. So if snow is white, then you can derive that it is true that snow is white. That seems reasonable. That's called capture because the truth predicate captures the sentence into a name, and you put the truth predicate in front of it. And release, right, because the truth predicate can't release the sentence that it contains. So if it is true that snow is white, then snow is white. Okay, we are not gonna discuss that. There are lots of philosophical literature on why these principles should hold. We are take them on board. You should read some assignment of this, right? But we are gonna hold. We are gonna assume that these principles work. Okay, so let's look to a more formal version of the paradox. So consider the following argument. We've got a liar sentence lambda, which equals its own untruth, right? So lambda equals it is not true lambda. Okay, this is supposed to be a constant, right? This is supposed to be a sentence that is true no matter what happens in the semantics or anywhere else, right? So from the pure truth, so to speak, we've got that either the liar sentence is true or it is not true, right? This disjunction holds in classical logic because it's an instance of what can be called excluded middle. Now suppose that the liar sentence is true. Well, of course, by the inference release, if the liar sentence is true, then we get the liar sentence, and since the liar sentence equals its own untruth, we've got that the liar sentence is not true, so we can put a conjunction with these two sentences and end up with the liar sentence is both true and untrue, right? Now a similar parallel argument can be run from the supposition that the liar sentence is not true, right? Now, I would like you to notice that this, if you take self-reference and you take transparency, you cannot object to these inferences. So there is little room to block the argument, right? And of course, if we can derive one thing from the member of a disjunct and we can derive the same thing from the other member, then we can derive that thing. So the liar sentence is both true and false, right? Sorry, is both true and untrue, right? And this entails, this is a contradiction by the law of explosion of contradictions. This entails anything whatsoever, right? Now you might be thinking, what the hell are you telling me? Now you should have a close look to this video, right?
Are you all right? But there was no explosion.
I lied.
What?
You lied. Everything Harry tells you is a lie. Remember that. Everything Harry tells you is a lie.
Now listen to this carefully, Norman. I am lying.
You say you are lying, but if everything you say is a lie, then you are telling the truth. But you cannot tell the truth because everything you say is a lie. But you lie, you tell the truth, but you cannot, for you lie. Illogical. Illogical. Please explain. You are human. Only humans can explain their behavior. Please explain.
I am not programmed to respond in that area.